Alright, you beautiful peoples of the internet. So today I've got myself one of these electric scooters. Now I've paid just over £200 for this, £204 I think I had it, and it's a bit of a bargain. So it's the Evercross electric scooter. Now it's known as a few other names as well on Amazon. I'll put them up on the screen now. It can be known as whatever, but essentially what this is, it's basically a rebranded Kugo S1. So they went for about 300 quid. So let's take a look at what comes with it. So first up, you've got the charging cable to go with the charger. Unfortunately, my UK plug came broken in my box, but it wasn't a problem because I've actually got a spare one of these cables in the house anyway, and I'll just change the plug when I get a new plug. But I was still able to use the scooter because it's just a standard what I would call a radio plug, of which I had plenty of those lying about. So that's one thing. So here's a quick look at the charger itself. Just a smallish black box. And then that end then goes into the scooter, and it goes in on the front end by here. Also came with quite a nice little manual, and it's readable. It's not in Chinglish, it's in proper English. It's in other languages as well, and the print isn't too small either, which I kind of like. Too many times nowadays you open up something and the manuals are too small. So here's a look at the scooter, top down, and here's it on the ground. So I'm just standing it up and unfolding it, and you give it a little push forward like that on the handles, and then once you do that click, it's all assembled. Now it comes pre-assembled anyway, so you don't need to put it all together, so that's helpful. There's no DIY involved with this at all. So let's go through a few of the good things on it. So it has solid tyres, so you won't get any punctures on that. It also has a nice, quite a large size display compared to other scooters of the similar sort of build and quality. And it's a nice colourful display, so that's good. And there's a lot of information on there. You got your distance travelled, your speed, the voltage of the battery, how much battery is left, all that type of thing. There's a nice bright light for the front and the back. I have tried it at night. In fact, the first spin I took on it, just for a quick 100 yards, was at night while no one was around, and sort of tried to get my balance on it. Little kickstand there also on there, so you can stand the scooter upright when you're not using it. It does have a horn on it, but to be honest, the horn isn't really much to write home about. And there are a few other settings there on the front of the display. Showing off there's 3 speed modes. Speed modes 1, 2 and 3. 1 is slowest, 2 is middle speed, and 3 is the high speed. I tend to use it on mode 3 all the time. The handles do fold down, so it fits in the boot of the car beautifully actually. I had stuff already in the boot of the car, and this literally took up just the end of the boot. So I could have shopping and stuff like that in the car, and this just fitted. Now it is a little fiddly to pull the handles out because you can't always see where the there's little push buttons you got to push in there. And to fold the scooter back up, now that can be a bit of a problem, and there's a bit of a knack to it. And what I find is I step on the back, push with my one hand forward on the bar, and then I can use my thumb to push the clip down. But really what you're supposed to do is push it up against the wall and then push forward and then use your foot to hit the clip. But there is other ways and means to get around it. Now one of the other things I really like is that it's got an adjustable height on the handlebars, where a lot of other scooters like the Xiaomi and some others don't really have adjustable height on their handlebars. And being a taller person like me, I'm 6'2", I need to have that higher handlebar. I don't really want to be bending down, hurting my back while I'm riding. I want to be standing upright, and this allows me to do that. The other thing is as well, the weight limit for this scooter is set at 120 kilograms, which is great because I am a slightly more portlier guy. I'm just under 15 stone at the minute, 6'2", so I needed something with a little bit more power than an M1 or Xiaomi Mi scooter, because I think if you're over sort of 80 or 90 kilos on them, then they do struggle. This I found has given me no problems, and later on I will be doing a bit of a ride test as well. So it does fold up lovely and easily and quickly. You can literally fold it all back up within about 10 seconds. Once you've got that foot clip sorted and you know how to use that, folds down, clips in the back bumper, and then you can fold the handlebars in, and it's ready to go. Now they do say weight wise, apparently it's supposed to be about 13 kilograms. It weighs more like 20 to me. I haven't actually weighed it, but it's got a good weight to it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go on to my first live test. We're going to go to outside in a minute, and then my first ride and drive around. Unfortunately, I used a Sony headcam, sorry, and that's got a GPS setting on it, so the information about speeds and all that will come up on the video as well. And at the end, I'll have an overview of what I thought about the ride, about the good points and the bad points. So we'll go on now to the ride portion of the video. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoy this sort of stuff, don't forget to give us a like or even to consider subscribe. I will be doing a range test video soon, but we'll crack on with just the initial findings on this scooter. Right, so I'm outside now. A couple of little things to say, that it is technically illegal to drive these on British roads, British pavements and all that, so I've come to a country park where I'm out of the way of any legalities as such. I might be told to come off, but I won't be breaking the law and get points on my licence. So let's get this set up. So push the back there, bring that up. Set the height that you want your, and give it a good push forward like that. So that's that basically done now. We're ready to go. Turn it on. Like I said, the reason I've come here is because I've not ridden one of these yet. So I want somewhere kind of quiet, kind of safe. So I'm going to go into first person mode now. That's all set up tidy. This is I was just putting the electrical thing back on there. Right, we'll go into first person mode and we'll go for a spin.
chase my dollars and make it hurt.
So overall, what do I think of the scooter? Well, I tell you what, I had absolutely brilliant fun on it. When I came out of that park and I drove home, I had a beaming smile on my face. Really enjoyed myself. And unfortunately, the camera the battery on the camera ran out. Just so I was about to get back to the car, as you can see on the footage there. But as you can see on the GPS information that was given, I did 5 miles. I think I had about 30% battery or even a bit more left by the time I'd finished. So it did pretty good range. You know, like I was saying before, I'm a 15 stone guy. I'm 6'2". There was little ups and downs. The first part of that FPF footage, or first person footage, the camera was pointing at the floor, and later on I did adjust it so it looks straight on, so hope you forgive me for that. But for 200 quid, what a bargain. Well, £205, let's say. I really enjoy it, and since then I've had my big sister's had a go on it, and my missus has also had a go on it, and they've both come off it with well, not fallen off it, but after they finished having a go, they've come off with big smiles on their faces. So if you can see one of these deals for just over £200, and you're just interested in getting one of these electric scooters, rather than spending 400, 500, some of them are nearly £1,000, just as a sort of stepping stone, as a putting your foot in the water of the electric scooter phenomena that's going on, then 200 quid, you can't go wrong, can you? You know, it's great fun, and especially if you live near a country park, or there's, you know, some sort of big national cycle lane near you. Great fun to take that out. I wouldn't recommend driving it around cities or towns. The police are getting a little bit hot on these now, but if you live in a rural location, I don't think you'd get too much trouble from the local constabulary. So overall, that's my review out, and my first look at the Evercross E1 Scooter, also known by lots of other weird and wonderful names on Amazon. And I hope you enjoyed this little video, because when I checked out on YouTube, there wasn't really many decent videos showing this particular make-off. And I'm going to leave it there now. So I bid you all farewell. You're all beautiful peoples of the internet, and I'll see you on the next one. So bye-bye.